Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Luke, welcome back to another video. Today I have a $500 or a £400 gaming PC build. So let's get straight into this. There is a Call of Duty Advanced Warfare gameplay going on in the background. So I hope you enjoyed that. It's not my best game, but it's also not my worst. So let's get into this build. So starting off, we have the CPU or the processor. I went with the Intel Core i3-4150. This CPU is clocked at 3.5 GHz and it is a dual core processor. The CPU is fast and can handle most games at 1080p at reasonable frame rates. It can do two processes at the same time without dipping too much, and it also is good at editing and rendering videos using programs such as Sony Vegas Pro. Although with every processor when rendering, it will use quite a lot of the CPU usage and you won't really be able to do anything else whilst rendering out a video, such as play a game. You'll probably be able to watch YouTube videos or browse the internet, but that is about it. I also went with a CPU cooler to help cool your processor. I chose the Hyper 212 Evo as it's a great cooler and it's priced at a really low cost. It's cheap, but it is efficient and offers great performance. It helps keep your processor cool while staying at a pretty low RPM speed, and it is quite low volume and you will hardly notice it is there. I recommend getting a CPU cooler rather than using the stock cooler that you get with the CPU, because it will be much quieter and will also help cool your CPU more at lower temperatures. Moving on now to the motherboard, I went with the Asus H81M K Micro ATX LGA 1150 motherboard. It is good as it's from a good and reliable brand and has a few good features whilst being priced at a fairly low cost. You'll be able to fit everything you want onto this motherboard and it will last you a long time. The hard drive I chose was the Western Digital Caviar Blue, and it has a 1TB capacity, and this is pretty much the standard capacity these days. If you do YouTube like I do, then a 1TB hard drive is pretty much a necessity, as all the videos and files you get will take up quite a large amount of space, and a 1TB hard drive means it can last you over a year, if not longer if you do YouTube, and it can last you so much longer if you don't do YouTube. The graphics card I chose is the EVGA GTX 750 Ti 2GB super clock card. This graphics card is an absolute monster when it comes to gaming. The price range and performance to dollar is just second to none. This card, paired with the Intel i3-4150 CPU, will offer amazing performance in all games. This card is able to run all games at 1080p quality at medium to ultra settings with 60 FPS and over, or playable frame rates. I tested this and looked at benchmarks and reviews and everything, and this card beats the R7 260X graphics card by quite a bit in games such as Battlefield 4, Bioshock Infinite, Call of Duty Ghosts, Batman AO, Crysis 3, Far Cry 3 and Metro Last Night. The GTX 750 Ti uses only 60 watts of power, whereas the R7 260X uses 115 watts. And the GTX 750 Ti sees through all the games you can throw at it with incredible performance. Not only this, but seeing as this card is an Nvidia card, it is also compatible with Nvidia's Shadowplay program. If you're a YouTuber who does PC gaming, then this is a great feature to have, as it allows you to record your gameplay with little to no lag. And it also means that the file size is fairly small and it will allow you to edit, render and upload fairly quickly to YouTube. Moving on now to the case, I chose the NZXT Source 210 white ATX mid-tower case, and it is a large enough case to fit everything in, and also has some room for airflow and cable management, but it doesn't have that much room for this, but it does have a little bit of space, so you can work with it a bit, I guess. And now rounding it all off, we have the power supply. I went with a Corsair Builder 430 watt 80 plus bronze certified ATX power supply. This power supply will allow you to power all of the components in this build with ease, as well as allowing you to upgrade components in the future, as this build has an estimated wattage of 208 watts, give or take a few. Okay, that's it from me guys. If you enjoyed the video, then please don't forget to leave a thumbs up down below. It really does help me out. Also, if you do have any questions, then don't hesitate to ask. Just leave a comment down below in the comment section and I will try to respond as soon as possible. Also, please hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with the latest content. I'll also put a link to a PC part picker website with all the parts I used in this build, so you guys can go ahead and find it yourself. It comes in at around $507 I think was the total, and I'll also leave a US and a UK build, so people in the UK you guys can get as well as people in the US. You guys all have different stores you can go to. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.
Yeah, blacked out so I don't remember. It's a war and I won't surrender. Getting back on my schedule. Got your whole future ahead of you, but your past is making the present wrong. And it sucks cause you never intended to. And I talk about it's what we tend to do. I'm about to pass out, eating edibles.